Hi, my name is Audrey. I live with my husband Sergio in our little house. I know it isn't one of those huge mansions that we see on TV sometimes, but I still think our home is pretty big. Big enough for the two of us and any guests that we want to come over since we have a few guest bedrooms too. We were pretty happy living on our own, just the two of us. But after a little while, I got a message from Sergio's mother, Vivian.
Hi, Audrey. I hate to bother you, but would it be possible for me to live with you and my son for just a little while? I'm looking for a job, but I just can't keep my apartment anymore with the amount of rent I'm paying. So would you mind if I stayed with you until I can get a new place? It'll only be for a week or two.
I discussed it with my husband, and he was open to the idea. He loved his mom a lot, so it was easy for him to accept her proposal. As for me, I was on the fence about it. We had the space for her, sure, but I didn't know if I wanted her living with us for a couple of weeks. Whenever we went to visit her in her old apartment, there was always loads of unwashed dishes, clothes scattered around the floor, and boxes of stuff piled onto each other. I was worried that she might make a mess of our place too. But Sergio looked so excited, and I didn't want to take that away from him. She was a nice lady, so I allowed her to move in with us until she could find her own place.
This place is magnificent. I'm so glad that you let me stay here.
Make yourself at home. We're happy to have you here with us.
And she really did. She settled right into her new room, unpacked her things, and I was surprised to find that everything was neat and tidy. I was proud that she had managed to turn herself around like this. Maybe she wasn't going to turn our house into a giant dump like I first thought. Now I felt bad that I had judged her so quickly without even waiting to see first. So I welcomed her into our home with open arms. For the first week, everything went smoothly. Vivian barely bothered us at all and even helped me with the dishes the first night she was here. Things were going well. Sergio went off to work one day, and I stayed at home to complete some of my own work. I was able to work online, so I figured it would be better if one of us could stay and watch the house. Plus, I was able to go to meetings and get all my work done in my pajamas in my own living room. But Sergio wasn't as lucky and still had to go to his job in person. But as I began to prepare for work, I noticed that Vivian had plopped down onto our couch, eating our ice cream, and had the TV turned up really loud. I decided to confront her about it since I had a meeting soon. Hey, I don't want to bug you or anything, but would you mind turning down the TV? I have a meeting in a couple minutes, and I'd appreciate it if you could keep it a little quieter.
What are you talking about? I live here now, so why can't I watch my shows how I want? Why would you harass your poor mother-in-law like this? Just wait until Sergio hears about this.
No, that's fine. I'm not harassing you. I guess you can keep the TV how you like it. I was stunned. I knew we told her to make herself at home, but this was too much. She was still our guest. She couldn't treat me like this, right? But I didn't want to risk a fight over something as little as the volume of the TV, so I let it slide this time. I did my meeting, even though I could clearly hear her shows in the background whenever I talked. Things only escalated from there. Day after day, she ate on our couch and ate our food while my husband and I worked hard. That clean room she had when she first moved in was all an act, and soon it wasn't just her room that was filthy. Empty food containers, clothes, books, and all sorts of junk was soon littered around the halls and living room of our house. By 3 weeks, I decided to confront her once again about it. Hey, Vivian, I know you're having fun here with us, but when are you going to clean some of this mess up? There's garbage everywhere, and Sergio's pretty busy with his work. While you look for a job, do you think you could chip in and clean up some of your mess?
I see how this is. You invite me here and then take advantage of a poor old woman. You know, I could hurt my back bending over to pick all this up.
But most of this is your mess to begin with. Surely you can help a little bit, right?
But I'm sure Sergio wants a clean house, right? That's the wife's responsibility. I should let him know what a bad wife you're being, trying to shirk your duties onto his poor mother like this.
What? But I just want you to clean up after yourself.
Well, I don't have to as long as my son's wife is around. You should be the one keeping the house cleaned and in order.
Vivian was manipulating me. I knew it right away, but what was I supposed to do? Sergio loved his mom more than anything in the world, so he would believe anything she told him. I had to stay on her good side. But it was just until she found another job and got a new place, I reminded myself. So I did the chores. I even cleaned up after her and kept the house as clean as I could. Now that she knew I would clean the mess, Vivian would make a bigger mess on purpose, like throwing shells on the floor and wiping her messy hands on our sofa. I held my tongue, but I was fuming mad and absolutely exhausted. But one day it went too far when Vivian looked me in the eye and deliberately spilled her wine all over our carpet.
Whoops! Clumsy me!
That's it. I'm not cleaning this up anymore. You're ruining our house, and I want you gone.
What would Sergio think of you kicking his poor old mother out of his house?
I don't care. I can't take this anymore. You need to leave immediately. It was just then that Sergio came back from his shift and saw the mess on the ground and the two of us fighting. As soon as she saw him, Vivian rushed to his side.
Oh, Sergio, she's making me clean up that nasty wine she spilled. She's been doing this for weeks whenever you were gone. I've had to clean so much and my knees and back hurt.
What's this? Audrey, what's going on here?
She's lying. I never did that, and I can prove it too. I grabbed my laptop and showed it to Sergio. I had started to record our days when I realized I needed proof for him. It showed clearly that Vivian just lounged on the couch while I cleaned. I even managed to catch her dumping her leftovers onto the ground once and making me clean it. After seeing the video, Sergio was mad. Not just because of what Vivian was doing, but that she had tried to lie about it as well. He demanded that she left immediately, and that's when we found out the truth. She hadn't even been looking for a job. She'd just been relaxing at our home for almost 2 months, and she hadn't even tried to find work. Sergio got even more mad and demanded she left. So Vivian left, taking her nasty eating habits and garbage with her, and our house returned to normal again. It was clean, but this time as an apology, Sergio cleaned the whole house from top to bottom for me. Vivian had to get a hotel, and this time she actually had to find a job instead of freeloading. She got kicked out of the hotel too for creating such a mess for them, and even got her name banned from most large hotel chains in the entire country. It's a little impressive how dirty she was, honestly, but I'm glad to be rid of her. Good riddance. Thanks for watching. Like the video for the algorithm?